Good morning, everybody. Pardon me. Welcome to today's Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. We are going from Land's End to the Scilly Isles off the coast of the UK. Not the Scilly Isles way down in Italy, but the Scilly Isles, St. Mary's, I believe is the island. Yep. So, yeah, let's get in here and we'll get the weather turned off so we have a nice sunny flight. We don't need the clouds and all the yuck in the air. Let's just have a nice cheerful flight here on Tuesday. Hopefully everybody's doing well today. So we're going to fly down there, and then we'll fly back to Land's End. I think it's going to take about 30 minutes each way. It says 20, but it's hard to tell. Let's turn this off, so we just don't have any issues. Let's just have a look around real quick. Or any flaps. Now this is an actual flight. This plane here is actually, it's the same livery. If you fly this route, you can fly on this plane. Exactly. Good morning, Mick. How are you? It's off. All right. Yeah, I happened to find this quite by accident. Somebody I follow on Flickr actually had pictures of this plane at this airport. And so I looked into it and I thought, well, this would be a neat little flight to do, I think. And
Land's End Tower Skybus 2377 continue for west departure.
No, I'm not flying to Goa today, Clavel. I said yesterday that I would have to do some research. It's going to take some time. I've got a plan this week, okay? I know you want to see it, and I'll get to it, but not today, okay? I plan my week out in advance. I find all the airports that we're going to fly to, so just it'll happen. I can't say when for sure, but we'll get there, okay? But I appreciate you popping in.
Skybus 2377 leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Land's End Tower Skybus 2377 frequency change. Manchester Center Skybus 2377 is type Britten-Norman Islander 4 miles southwest of Land's End, 3,000 feet. Request flight following.
Skybus 2377 Manchester Center. Squawk 4656.
Squawk 4656 Skybus 2377.
Skybus 2377 radar contact 5 miles southwest of Land's End, 2,800 feet. Altimeter 29.902.
Roger, Skybus 2377.
Climbing this high, it's such a short flight. I don't know what their altitude is, what they normally fly at for this route.
Skybus 2377, contact St. Mary's approach on 124.88.
Wow, we're already
Good day.
talking to St. Mary's. Wow, this is a very short. This is
Going
much
to
quicker than
124.88 Skybus 2377.
if we're already talking to
St. Mary's
approach.
approach Skybus 2377, 4,100 feet.
Skybus 2377, St. Mary's approach altimeter 29.9 continue as planned.
I know I get that people want me to do certain airports, and what I try to do is I have a plan, but farther out I don't have anything yet, but I do have to kind of get an idea for the area. I know the weather there is usually garbage, so to speak. So yeah, I can't promise that it would happen that quickly. So yeah, people are just gonna have to be patient. I get that everybody wants me to fly somewhere because they can't do it themselves, but yeah, this is not typically a viewer requested route sort of thing. I guess I don't know any other nicer way to say it, but anyways. So it looks like this is a much, it said 20 minutes, but yeah, I was expecting it to be a little bit longer because this is not a overly fast aircraft. So I was expecting a bit more time. If we land, we're going to land and then we're going to kind of turn around. We'll refile. Okay then, Clavel. I mean, you could. If you want to hang out, that's fine. It's just, you can't. Just please don't come in and ask for it every day or expect that I'm doing it. If I am, I'll tell you this, Clavel. If I do it, it will be in the title. Okay, then you'll know that I'm flying. But if you want to come in and hang out and watch me fly, regardless, you're more than welcome to. I don't want you to think that I'm telling you to leave. I don't want that. I just, when I do it, you'll know. It'll be in the title, I promise you. Starts. Off the track there. There's a little, now I think you can do kind of like a autopilot here. I think there's a way to do it, but I might be wrong. No, maybe there isn't. Anyway. This looks like, from what I could tell, this looks like it's going to be a nice approach over the water right into the runway. So that should be pretty nice little scenic landing, I guess, right over the beach. So I think there's a beach right in front of the runway, I think. We'll find out for sure. I think we should also, it should be a fairly straight-in approach. I don't think we'll have to fly like a downwind left or anything, or upwind right. We'll see. Or it would be downwind left, yeah. Because upwind right would be if we were landing at the other end. I don't expect a downwind left pattern, but there's no telling what'll happen. I guess we'll find out when we get there. One of the things I'm trying to do, like try to update the title and give, even the title, and then there's information right below. I try to give as much information as I possibly can within the little area that I can provide it. So, yeah, all the where we're going and all that is right there on Twitch and on YouTube. So all right, we need to churn. Turn towards time to approach a little bit more. We're going to try to get there because then we should talk to Scilly's again. Now the chat's dead. Can't win for losing today. Now, the interesting thing about this aircraft, if you get it, and it's not a bad aircraft at all, but there's no checklist. It's like you have to kind of figure out, like, all the way that this stuff is startups and all that. It's a bit... yeah, it's just a bit weird. Thank you, Nick. I'm sorry. here's the field. It's not even giving us a... So we're not going to see the glide slope for our entry into the airport. We're going to have to kind of go by visual. So this is going to be really fun. Quite lined up just yet. Enough that I can make the turn and we're basically good to go. Now I think we are. Okay, let's go ahead and start getting some flaps so we can start slowing down. Kind of follow. We did intersect back to the line, so we kind of followed it. We just went a little far out, but let's see. We got a lot of altitude now. We got to turn back a little bit. It looks like. See the lights right there. A little bit off course, but we'll correct. Got a little bit of time to do that. Surprised we haven't heard any radio chat. Like, you know, we should be talking to somebody, I would think, by now. Oops. Ooh,
St. Mary's Tower, Skybus 2377, 1 miles southeast, 600 feet to land.
Well, that was not the best landing.
St. Mary's Tower. Altimeter 29er decimal 9er 2 and 272 at tree. Fly left traffic runway tree 2.
Oh, we were supposed to fly.
2377, you are not cleared to land. Clear the runway.
Oops. Well, we were pretty close. Why didn't we should have talked to why didn't they contact us well in advance?
Skybus 2377, you are not cleared to land. Clear the runway. Skybus 2377, contact ground on 124.88.
124.88, Skybus 237.
That was kind of weird. It waited till we were already on the ground to contact us. Why didn't it? That's very strange. Well, that wasn't the best landing ever, but I think there's our arrival party waiting for us. I guess I should have looked for the airport and asked for... That's what we'll do when we go back to Land's End. All right. Well, we can. Well, it looks like we can ask for takeoff clearance from right here. We don't even have to refile the flight plan.
St. Mary's Ground, Skybus 2377, request taxi for takeoff departure.
No, I don't think I did, Mick. I did not.
Skybus 2377 taxi to and hold short of runway 27 via taxiway Alpha cross runway 14 Alpha. Contact tower on 124.88 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 27 via taxiway Alpha cross runway 14 Alpha Skybus 2377. St. Mary's Ground, Skybus 2377 requesting pushback.
Skybus 2377 pushback request accepted.
Well, at least we'll get a pushback. Kind of weird how it's trying to connect. It's like he's not I don't have any reverse throttle.
St. Mary's Ground, Skybus 2377 requesting pushback to steer the aircraft to the left.
Skybus 2377, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
It's like he's stuck there. He's stuck underneath the aircraft. Alright, well, I was hoping we would just be able to fly out from here. I don't know where... Alright, well, we're gonna have to file a new flight plan. Yeah, exactly, Mick. I was in contact with the all right, let's just turn the I don't remember where the battery switch is. Well, we're just going to go to the... Yeah, we'll just refile. Yeah, I was waiting because it showed like the time of, approach thing, and as soon as I hit it, that's when I was expecting to hear from them. But I guess I was mistaken. All right, we're going to take off from here. Oops, nope. Take off. And we're going to go right there. We're going to land there. All right. Do that for our return trip. Yeah, I was expecting them to make contact, Mick. I really was. I didn't think that they would have, that it would have, left me hanging like that. And then I'm already, it's giving me all the information, and then it's saying, go ahead. And then it's like, now I'm getting ready to touch down. And you're telling me that, let's change the, weather again, just so we make sure we have a nice smooth flight. When it does that. All right. So we are on a This is south departure. Okay. Hit the wrong one before anyway. Alright. Oh, no thumbs up at all. I must be losing my mojo.
Skybus 2377 continue for south departure.
St. Mary's Tower Skybus 2377 continue for south departure.
Well, I mean, this isn't going to take. It doesn't seem like this is going to be very long, although it's getting longer than I expected. Part of it is, we're flying kind of by the seat of our pants here, so to speak. Today just, it's like, I guess today is not my day either. You know what we could do is just to get one more flight in. We'll stay in this aircraft and we'll go down to the Caribbean.
Skybus 2377 leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
St. Mary's Tower Skybus 2377 frequency change. St. Mary's approach Skybus 2377 is type Britten-Norman Islander 4 miles east of St. Mary's 3,000 feet. Request flight following.
Skybus 2377 St. Mary's approach. Squawk 4345.
Squawk 4345 Skybus 2377.
Skybus 2377 radar contact 4 miles east of St. Mary's 2,800 feet. Altimeter 29.902.
Roger, Skybus 2377.
We'll stay in this. We'll do a little island hop down in the Caribbean. We'll find some place real quick. Now that the sun's up, basically. I think it was runway 334 that we requested landing at. So when we get a little bit closer, I'll call and ask for a clearance this time, and then we should get the pattern entry. And it should be a little bit easier transition to the runway. We're close enough. Let's see if
Lands End Tower Skybus 237717 miles southwest, 5,900 feet to land.
Skybus 2377 lands in tower. Altimeter 29.9 or 2 and 272 retrieve. Fly left base runway tree 4.
all right, there
Make
we
left
go.
base runway tree for Skybus 2377.
Okay. Well, that's gonna. This should be better than last time. So it should be almost. We're gonna go in and then turn left right into the runway, I think. We'll get the guidelines hopefully here as we get a little bit closer. They should start to kind of render in. I think we're getting the DC-6. We should be getting it sometime this week. Well, it's paid. Not that we're getting it for free. We're getting it. We have to pay for it. So. It'll be available this week. I'm guessing tomorrow or Thursday. All right, there's our red lines. We're going to have to go a little bit past and then churn right into that entry, it looks like. Yeah. No stream tomorrow, just a quick reminder. Stuff to do. Pick it up on Thursday from Lisbon to Madeira. Should be an interesting approach into Madeira. And then Friday we're doing, we're going to be in Africa, how to Abidjan. Saturday, of course, Spitfire Saturday. Sundays, we're doing Copenhagen for the flying tour. And then we're gonna go around Copenhagen, and then we're gonna go across to Sweden. We're gonna fly just a bit around there, and then we're gonna land in Sweden. I have seen some dead chats in my streams, but this is dead. Dead. Oh, I got a thumbs up. Hey. Yeah, it is. It's not bad, Nick. It's pretty easy. It's just that you don't. There are some bells and whistles in here, but it's not a. It's just one of those planes you could fly VFR, and well, it might have an autopilot. It's got an altitude hold. There's your select altitude. So in a way, it's got like an autopilot. Sort of, without the autopilot features, but it's one of those planes that you could just do a short little, kind of like what we're doing here. These short little flights, I think it works very well on, just to practice those little, VFR landings and all that. We get kind of used to the plane doing everything itself, and we kind of forget what to do, like I did going into St. Mary's there. But the good thing about this, I mean, you've got liveries, like this one is an actual, including the tail thing, that's the actual tail code for this aircraft.
271 tree. Cleared to land runway tree 4.
Cleared to land runway tree 4 Skybus 2377.
But it's one of those ones you can just put it on the end of the runway and take off and fly, and it's not that bad at all. Oops. A little bouncy here. Ooh, it is so easy to overcorrect on this. It really is. I totally lost altitude way too quickly there. Trying to just get over that grass. It's like I see the runway, and then it disappears. Oof.
Skybus 2377, turn next taxiway.
Where is the taxiway? Back there. Okay. Boy, it is so easy to forget all the little things to do when you don't have the
Skybus 2377, contact ground on 120.255.
120.255 Skybus 2377. Lands and ground Skybus 2377, request taxi to parking.
Skybus 2377, taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Skybus 2377.
yeah, a little bit better, but you know, I always think that it's good to practice. You know, it's of course it's nice to just dial everything on the dashboard on the A320 and just let the plane fly us there. But you know, it's easy to forget the little lessons we learned when we first started flying in the simulator, VFR, and not knowing what we were doing. You know, it was all kind of, you know, we were just figuring it out. So, Yeah, we're gonna hop over to the Caribbean islands real quick, and we'll do one more. We'll just do a one-way flight somewhere there, and then we'll wrap up the stream for today. Let's see, yeah, if we look at the checklist, even though, yeah, see, there's no checklist. So you kind of have to figure out everything on your own, where everything is. Like, I don't remember where the battery is on here. I think all that's might be over here somewhere. Nope, not there. There we go. All right. Let's see. Let's go to the Caribbean real quick, and then we'll try to find a quick little flight to do. Now I think. Oops. All right. Zip across here. So I want that airport, we want to land there. And we're going to take off. Well, that's pretty short. We want it just a little bit longer if we can get it. That's not much better, but I think we could work with this. Ooh, no, that's way too long. No, we don't want that. No. We'll go, how about from here? No. Oh, I think we did these before. That's right. We were just kind of flying around. This is where I want to go. We want to depart. Ooh, 10 hours. No. Let's see. Where is there a good little... Let's go from here. 54 minutes. What about right here? 40 minutes. Wow. 40... Hello, Milla. How are you? I think we could do this one. Yeah, let's do this. We'll take the weather off. I just hit all the buttons. Well, because it's, you kind of have to hover around everything, and, it's not very clear. Oh, wow, look at this. This is going to be fun. We don't want any worries. We want nice sunny weather. All right. Now look at this. Little island airports, always interesting places to fly. I'm okay, Amilla. was up pretty early this morning, actually. I couldn't go. I tried to go back to sleep. Finally got up out of bed, just, you know, kind of laid there and just see if there was any possible way that I could, you know, doze back off, and it just wasn't happening. So I got up and okay, why isn't my co-pilot? Why isn't he talking?
Miami
It's like my co-pilot just suddenly forgot.
Is type Britten-Norman Islander 1 miles southeast of Mike Yankee X-ray Zulu 500 feet. Request flight following.
Skybus 2377 Miami Center. Squawk 5712.
Squawk 5712, Skybus 2377.
Skybus 2377 radar contact 2 miles southeast of Mike Yankee X-ray Zulu 1,100 feet. Altimeter 29.92.
Roger, Skybus 2377.
Oh, Richard, how are you? I'm okay. It's like the trim is not, it's like all over the place. Throttle back just a bit, just so we can. I don't want to climb too high, too fast. But that's what we're doing. It's like it suddenly it dips down. The nose dips down, and we start to kind of level off, and then it just shoots right back up. With food last night. Oh. So, well, I wake up super early sometimes, like 2 in the morning, and then I'm just like, I try to go back to sleep because I don't want to wake up that early. Because I feel like if I do, I'm going to be disturbing my neighbors, even though I'm not that loud. So I just try to stay in bed and hopefully doze back off, but it doesn't always work out that way. So the wife's leaving you alone today, Nick. Oh, I forgot. We were supposed to have story time. Oh, I did forget that. Thanks to Bex talking about bacon last night. Well, we got on the subject of bacon. But before we get on that subject, we will talk about pigs. Now, when I was in Germany, and I had the opportunity to, I think I've told you guys the story a little bit before. I got to spend a week with a German family. They owned an apple orchard, got to make fresh apple juice and all that. Hello, Carl. Welcome. And but they had a farm. You know, they just didn't have the orchard. They did have a farm. And so they had a mama pig that had just given birth, and not just, but the baby piglets were old enough that they wanted to wean them off the mama pig, and so we had to separate. And you talk about strength when you're trying to wrestle a mama pig away from her babies. That pig, it's like it's got super strength. Like it was not. It was crazy. Matter of fact, the wife of the woman, her and her husband owned the farm. She got knocked down by the pig. Like she was trying to to hold it so that he could try to, steer the pig to go into a different pen, and she just, like, the pig kind of threw her head up and just bam. And not that she was injured, but it was like she just got knocked off her feet. And then so there's the pig story. So that was, I've never been on a farm, so I didn't know all this stuff, and they're like, can you help us out? And I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do. They're just like, we just need you to try to help us steer. We don't want to injure the mama pig, of course. We just want to get her away from the piglets so that they can kind of wean off and start, eating their feed and all that. So the bacon story is that, when I was in Iraq, military dining facilities, if you're in the States, if you go into a dining facility, you're 8:26 here. Oh, okay, yeah, it's like getting ready. You must be getting ready for bedtime, I think, Carl, in a few hours or so, I'm guessing. So you don't get a lot of food. If you want eggs, you get a scoop of eggs. It's not like they give you a lot. It's just they throw it on the plate. They try to like spread it out to make it look like it's a lot. Bacon, you get 2 strips of bacon. That's it. Where we were in Iraq, on the other hand, they had like this Western scramble omelet sort of thing, which is really good. And then if you want bacon, then the first time I'm eating there, I'm thinking, okay, it's going to be like a couple strips of bacon. They take a heap of bacon out of there and they put it on the plate. And it's like the crispiest bacon. It was so good. And I was like, man, that was good eating. Islanders, were they constructed in the Isle of Wight? I don't know where the Britten-Normans are constructed, to be honest. I can't, hold on, let's see. Britten-Norman B&2. Let's see if we can figure out. It just says they were manufactured in the UK. They were. Bembridge, Isle of Wight. Bembridge was the factory at the Isle of Wight. Wow, good guess. I did not know that. So there we go. We learned something new today. Ta-da. I did not know that. I know they're a UK manufactured plane, but I didn't know that they were made in the Isle of Wight. That's kind of interesting. I don't think they're made there anymore, but I think in the past when they first started, when Britten-Norman started, it was made there. So yeah, it was just this huge pile of bacon, and it was, and you're like, there's no way this is possible. Why are they giving me so much? Because you get so used to only having a few strips of bacon, not like a huge glop, big, not a huge pile like a plate full of itself, but just more than you would expect. And part of it is you're burning calories a lot. You don't even realize it, and you get all that. And in a way, because it's bacon has natural sodium in it. And so of course, it helps you stay hydrated because the sodium goes in your body, then you're thirsty, then, drinking a lot of water after you eat the bacon, you're going to stay hydrated because it has the sodium to kind of cling to in your body. But you don't think about that. You're just like amazed that you get this huge pile of bacon. Or at least what appears, it's way more than you would expect in a dining facility on a base back in the States. So No, I've never slaughtered a pig. I did do, somebody I knew, he was from Puerto Rico, and did smoked a pig over a pit. Like, it was a long process. You had to dig a little bit of the pit, put all the stuff there, but it tasted so good when it's done. But it's not a quick process. It's one of those things that it's going to be. It took like 7 hours for it to smoke, but it was quite delicious when we finally got that done. What? What's he doing back there? Wait a minute, what's going on? I didn't even know. I was like looking. I'm like, wait, what? Who's back there? Wow. Okay, that was rather strange placement for my co-pilot. Oh man, I did not expect that. That kind of freaked me out there. I'm like, wait, what? I did not expect the, because normally we look back and there's nobody ever really sitting back there. Wow. Okay. All right, we got to start. We got to start losing some altitude. I think we are well on our way. We can start. I don't know. He's got like the helmet and everything, the little microphone off the side. Somewhere, I just saw it. Where did it go? I just saw it a minute ago. It was hanging off one of the the earphones. I thought I saw a microphone. Okay, I'm losing my mind now. Yeah, I think it's supposed, like when you look from the outside, somebody's supposed to be sitting next to the pilot. So I think it's just a glitch that they're there, but normally we look over when we're here, nobody's there. But from the outside, we do see somebody. Yeah, that was rather unexpected. Wait a minute. On the bird dog, we do have somebody in the back seat that renders it. But I think that's something that the developers put in just to kind of make it.
Skybus 2377, contact Freeport approach on 126.5. Good day.
Okay, look at this.
126.5 Skybus 2377.
Okay, we're talking to approach.
Freeport approach Skybus 2377, 7,200 feet.
Skybus 2377 Freeport approach altimeter 29.902 continue as planned.
I'm gonna have to really. Oh, you don't misbehave. Well, the rule is, Mick, if a woman thinks that you're misbehaving, then you automatically are, regardless of what you may think. That is not the. Let's see. Let's go ahead and see if we can contact them. Ask for our...
Freeport Tower, Skybus 2377, 19 miles east, 7,000 feet to land.
Skybus 2377, Freeport Tower. Altimeter 29.902, wind 278 at tree. Fly left downwind runway 06.
All right.
Enter left traffic runway 06, Skybus 2377.
There we go. make our way towards our pattern entry. We gotta really start dropping some altitude. So we're gonna go over, and we're gonna go to the left of the runway. We'll turn in and land, I think, the way we expected to when I did the flight plan. So that's why I just roll my eyes. Yeah, I do too, which is why generally, if at all possible, I tend to wear sunglasses except indoors because that's not good for your eyes. But yeah, anytime, you know, you can't help it sometimes, Camilla, you know. That's just, I know I do it. Because, you know, it's like, what other response do you expect me to give you? But yeah, if I'm riding the bus or I'm walking down the street, I know when I turn around. What you need to do is you need to get some flip-down sunglasses mixed that are mirrored, and then you can just like put those down, roll your eyes, and then flip them back up. And then be like, what? My eyes were, it was bright. I had to protect my eyes for a moment. You know, of course, you know, in the military, you roll your eyes. That's a huge sign of disrespect to whoever's talking to you. But sometimes the stuff that people will say is so ludicrous and just, you know, you can't help it but just go like, you can't help but roll your eyes. And I think sometimes people will say something that crazy, you know, they'll just say some crazy off the wall stuff just to see if they can get you to roll your eyes, and they can say, you just disrespected somebody senior to you. Oh, in front of your mom. Ooh. But see, the opposite is if a woman rolls her eyes, she's justified. It seems to be the rule. But if a man does it, you're, oh my goodness, prepare for World War III. Well, I do appreciate you stopping in, Carl. I didn't mean to ignore you at all. Oh, look, it's right there in front of us. Perfect. But I know it's, you know, they're in the evening, they're in the Australia, so I do appreciate you coming in for a moment or two. I've never understood why there's a double standard. You know, if I'm not allowed to roll my eyes, why should she be allowed to roll her eyes? You know, it's either everybody's allowed or nobody's allowed. Well, you know, I think, you know, if you've been married for so long, you just kind of get used to that reaction, and you just don't, it doesn't bother you after a while. So your mother probably just ignores him. You know, he's like, well, he's going to roll his eyes no matter what, so I might as well just pretend I didn't even see it. Well, yeah, it's working for the most part. You know, it's got its bits of bugs here and there, but it's, again, I think it seems to me that from what I hear in the forums, like we were talking about yesterday, a lot of the problems are more so on the PC side of things. The Xbox side does have its issues, But you know, ours, it's not like we have all these folders, because I hear all the time whenever there's an update, you got to clear out this folder and rename it and move it over here and all this other stuff. But we don't have that same issue, but we don't have that, but we have the same problem. So, you know, or the PC and the Xbox people sometimes have the same issues, but the way that the PC crowd would normally deal with it is not the same way that we can. So how do you can't say that it's, you know, of course, and some people say, well, if this thing wasn't ever on the console, we wouldn't be having these issues. So I don't really know, you know, there is fixes, and, you know, they've got a long-term plan that's, you know, they've got partners now that are working with them exclusively to create content, you know, more planes and updating airports and stuff, I think. You know, I just, like I said the other day, I just try to find something that works reasonably well, that I can kind of know what I'm doing, and just try to make the best of it. You know, if we crash, we crash. It's, you know, it happens. You know, we like to have a little bit of a laugh. We like to see some nice scenery and enjoy, you know, because there's enough misery in the world right now. We don't want to be constantly reminded of it. So, you know, we get to see some... Oh, see, there was the microphone. See, I wasn't going nuts. I did see it before. Okay, that's crazy. It was there, then it's not, now it's back again. You know, we just try to have fun, and 'cause, you know, like I said, there's enough going on in the world that we don't want it to spill over here. You know. So I try to keep things a little bit lighthearted as much as I can. It's not always easy. You know, we're all human, and sometimes we're not at our 100% best. But, yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Carl. If you can, I highly recommend, give it another go. You know, but also check, like I said, check the forums, because there may be things with the PC side, if you're on the PC, that I can't really speak much to. So that would be your best bet, is to go there and kind of look at what's happening and see, you know, the troubles that some people are having, but not everybody. It's not like, you know, everybody's reporting the same issue. It's like, and maybe because nobody's doing the exact same thing, you know, in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm still nervous about doing a flight from San Francisco to New York in the Dreamliner, because I don't know that that it's going to make it that long. You know, is something going to crash? Is the game going to crash on me? And then all that time I've spent goes right out the window. Yeah, that seems to be another issue, but again, it seems like a lot of it is just like this use of folders and community folder. Like, that's the one thing I keep hearing about, is this community folder, and what you have to do to with that, and you know, I don't quite understand it myself. All right, there's our runway right there. I think if we stay up here almost as long as possible, then we'll have a nice, we'll try to kind of coast it in. So yeah, there's a lot of it I look at and I'm like, it doesn't make any sense to me, because I would think by now, you know, everybody kind of knows what to do when there's an update. And, you know, but it's like people are always shocked that nothing's changed. Like, you still got to do all these things. And, you know, the answer, well, did you do this, this, and this? No. Well, try that. Okay, it works now. You know, so I would think by now most people should kind of have a somewhat of an understanding about what you're, you know, what to expect whenever there's an update.
Wind 278 at tree. Cleared to land runway 06.
Cleared to land runway 06, Skybus 2377.
So, yeah, but again, part of it is I just don't know if it's like user error kind of thing, you know, because some people do that. They don't pay attention to the, you know, the suggestions, and they think, well, this person doesn't really know what they're talking about. I'm not going to do that. And it's like, but then you go in and complain that nothing's working. So there are workarounds, but it's kind of like hit and miss. You know, somebody will say, well, I did this as a workaround, and everybody's like, oh, okay, I'll try that, and then it works. You know, then everybody's like, oh, okay, you know, cool, now I can fly again. Which I get is probably not the most, you know, can be a bit frustrating kind of situation, but yeah, I don't know. You know, I'm just thankful that it generally works on my Xbox Series S. We did have some crashed dashboards for a while. But, you know, things kind of have settled down, it seems. And, you know, I just stick with what I know works. And, you have to pay yeah. Well, yeah, because it's big money. The advertisers, they want that because the advertisers will pay for those cricket matches. And then they say, well, if you want to watch it, you got to subscribe and, you know, all this other stuff, which most people don't really want to do. You know, they're like, that's ludicrous. I'm not going to pay all that money. All right, I think we're going to do much better on this one. Boy, it's so easy to overcorrect. I'm just trying to make subtle changes, and it's like it goes way off. Well, that was a little bit better.
Skybus 2377, turn next taxiway.
Well, welcome to Freeport, everybody. The local time, it should be about 8 o'clock, 10 minutes to 8 in the morning. Might be 10 minutes to 9, I don't really know. On behalf of myself and First Officer Mick, we do appreciate you flying with us today. Yeah. Well, because everything is about a live service, Carl. We know, we'd like to acknowledge that you have many options when it comes to your Microsoft Flight Simulator viewing pleasures, and we are glad that you picked us today. We look forward to flying with you again. There's your half-hearted, well, not half-hearted, there's your semi-professional speech landing spiel. There we go. I think our taxiway's up here, and then we're going to have to turn around and head back towards the...
Skybus 2377 exit runway when able.
Yeah, I'm going to as soon as I get here. That's okay with you. Very long runway. This is way longer than... I could have coasted over the runway just a little bit longer, but that was a little bit better landing than the other two we've had so far today. But it's weird because when you throttle back, it's just like it's like a rock. It just immediately drops. And even if I pull back, it's like it doesn't flare up enough to kind of bleed off that last bit of speed.
Exit runway when able. Skybus 2377 contact ground on 121.7.
Going to 121.7 Skybus 2377. Ground Skybus 2377 request taxi to parking.
Skybus 2377 taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha Skybus 2377.
Well, if you want to think about even the cricket matches, look at how Formula One was broadcast back in the day. You know, it wasn't until Bernie Ecclestone kind of got everybody to agree to television contracts and all this other stuff that now it's a big business, but it's all because of sponsorships and who's willing to pay the most and everything. But the fans are kind of left, you have to subscribe to this channel or whatever on cable in order to watch the race live. But it's all because of money. It's not. I don't think it's because of anything else but that. I mean, I used to watch it on the Speed Channel here in the United States. I would get up extra early on Sunday morning just to watch the race live. Because I always made sure that whatever cable service I had, it had to have the Speed Channel, but then the Speed Channel kind of went away, and now some stuff's on NBC Sports, and but part of it too is the length of the races. Like, there's no channel that would ever carry the whole 24-hour Le Mans race live, because they couldn't validate the cost of it. So you get, there'll be a channel that'll have the opening 4 hours, and then they'll go to something else, and then they'll check back in throughout the night, and then they'll have the last few hours. They'll kind of bring you up to speed. Overnight, this is what happened. But, you won't get a live broadcast anywhere, I don't think. You would have to pay. It would be like a pay to watch or pay-per-view kind of thing. And that's what you would be stuck with. I can, as much as I'd like to watch the race, I can listen to the live feed on Radio Le Mans, and I can just leave it on all night. And I'm not paying for anything. They do have their commercial breaks and all that, kind of a quick step away or whatever, so that the broadcasters have a chance to grab a bite to eat or use the restroom, or I don't know quite why that plane is just suddenly you take a turn and it It's like I'm putting on the brake and it just comes to a stop. Alright, folks, we'll be parking here in a moment and we'll wrap this up. Do appreciate everybody coming in that did today. I will see you all on Thursday morning. This thing is very touchy on the taxi. I don't know why, but it is. And the A320 Lisbon to Madeira. There we go. Oh, take care, Mello. We're wrapping it up anyway here too. So there we go. Now I just got to find that battery switch again. There it is. Ta-da! All right. Oh, we're going back to the crazy way that they have everything kind of squeezed together. I don't know why. That was a 28-minute flight. It said about 45, but we did pretty good. We made it much quicker. But anyway, that's going to be it for today, folks. I will see you all Thursday. And we'll have a nice flight there. And there we go. Until then, take care. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Peace, live long, and prosper.